Sagoli. My name is Cliff Summers. I'm from the Oneida Nation of the Thames, and my Lakota spirit name is Oetrenkemani. Today is August 9th, which was declared by the United Nations as the International Day of the World's Indigenous Peoples. And so I wanted to take this time to tell you about my Gofundme page that I'm creating called Caretakers of Mother Earth. And the idea of Caretakers of Mother Earth is that I am creating a foundation that will invite people of the world to join us as Indigenous people and to accept the invitation, accept our invitation to participate with us and to help us with the responsibility and the duty that we have as Indigenous people, as caretakers of Mother Earth. So one of the things that I want to create is understanding through a message that we want to do what we can to make North America great again. And it's important because today there's so much dissension that has been allowed to flourish in the world, and it may have been inspired by this idea of in the United States about making America great again. But there was a time that North America, or what we refer to as Turtle Island, when there was a time of acceptance and there was a time of tolerance. In 1491, our people existed in this area known as North America. And it was our ancestors that met and greeted and welcomed your ancestors who came to this land seeking a new beginning, seeking a new life. And it was our people, our ancestors, that greeted the settlers as they arrived by boat. And we, based on our culture, made our best effort to welcome and accept the people as they arrived. We taught them how to survive, and we agreed to share the land and share the resources. And so today, because of racial divisions and because of divisions based on religion, or even because of people's personal decision and opinion or lifestyle to choose a different sexual orientation, there's been a lot of intolerance that has been allowed to take precedence and has been allowed to be the thing that separates people, and to the point where people are not welcome here. And on behalf of the Indigenous people whose territory this is, I want to extend an invitation and to make it clear that there is tolerance for all people. In fact, in our language, as a part of my introduction, I said Mikdakiapi, which in the Lakota language is the word for my relatives. And even in our prayer, we make reference to Mikdakwe Oyasin, which means all my relations. And so through our ceremonies that have existed on this land since time immemorial, we have ceremonies where we declare Mitakuye Oyasin, all my relations, where we accept the black nation, the red nation, the yellow nation, and the white nation. And we have in our ceremonies, um, we make offerings, flags with tobacco and different prints. In fact, we use 6 primary colors: black, red, yellow, white, blue, and green. And all of those are indicative of what we mean when we say all my relations, because it represents all colors of mankind. As I said, the black nation, red nation, the yellow nation, and the white nation. But it also indicates the 4 directions. And the blue represents the sky and the water, and the green represents Mother Earth. And so when we say all my relations or Dati Adopa, the 4 directions, we mean everything, all life, all sources of life. And so when we pray and when we gather for our ceremonies, that's what is intended, and that's what is meant when we say Mitakuye Oyasin. And so it's always been a part of our culture to the compassion, the respect, the tolerance has always been a feature of our welcome, and that has been the case here in North America, as I said, since 1491 and even before that. And so by creating this Gofundme page and creating this environmental foundation called Caretakers of Mother Earth, the intention is to reach out and to invite you to join us and to help us and to support us with the work, our collective responsibility, our collective duty and obligation as caretakers of Mother Earth. We have ceremonies, as I said, that we have been practicing since the beginning of time, since the ceremonies were given to us as instructions about how to be thankful and to give thanks, but also how to do what we can to ensure that what we enjoy can be continued into the future for the sake of our children and their children and the coming generations, 7 generations. And so, but as a sun dancer for the last, since 1983, and as a pipe carrier since even before that, it's become apparent to me that prayer is not enough. And it's become my understanding and my realization that it's time for us to ask for support and to turn to you and to call on you to join us and to stand with us. And so together we can start this new beginning, this new journey, and this new cultural expression as caretakers of Mother Earth. Today, there are fires that are burning uncontrollably across North America, in California, and even here in Ontario, where I'm from, or where I live. And so climate change has become a fact of life, but it's not something that can continue without our effort to try to do what we can to try to bring about a change into the, not only the consciousness of the people, but into the reality of the situation where we can, as mankind, impact what's going on in the world and create a new reality, to create a new beginning, one where we can work together to make North America great again and bring about the values of tolerance and bring about the values of respect, the things that were in easy supply in 1491 when our ancestors welcomed the settlers into North America, into this Turtle Island. And in my mind, there is no, it wasn't by accident, it wasn't by coincidence that when people came here, that they came here and found, the richness of the land, the abundance of the resources. And that to me was not by accident. And so it's not by accident that people around the world look to North America as a place where they can focus and come and join in search of a new beginning and in search of a better home for their families and so on behalf of Indigenous people and in honor of this International Day of the World's Indigenous Peoples, I want to make it clear that you are welcome here. And we want to, again, employ the acceptance and the tolerance so that we can welcome you to join us. In our ceremonies, we have a ceremony that we call the Hunka ceremony, which is a Lakota ceremony. And there's a song that I'm going to sing, the Hunka song. And when I have been performing this song, I have been informing the people that this is from our ceremony of reconciliation. Because as a ceremony, the intention is to remove the separation that we have built up between people on the basis of racial, based on race, based on people's religious belief, or even based on people's sexual orientation. All of the barriers that exist because we put them there. And this song and this ceremony that we have is an opportunity for us to remove these barriers and to join together as relatives, as brothers and sisters. After all, we all have the same mother, and so we are all related. And we just forgot, or we have allowed people with minds that intend to separate us from each other to flourish. And so that's what predominates in this time and in this experience of life that we are witnessing. And so I want to, as I said, I want to